Neshoba, Lauderdale, Jones, Scott, and Smith, Winston, Leak, you better act right. Don't drive slow and be wild at night, 'cause you need to know that if you do, that Scotty Ray is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. That man is faster than a scalded cat. If you do something dumb, then you better run with haste. Scotty Ray's at a wreck before it ever takes place.
And good morning, I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Odie is still off. He's somewhere on a boat somewhere, floating around, isn't he?
Bando Soleil for the Saint-Tropez tan. Yeah, he's doing that Hawaiian Tropic commercial, or it may be a Hawaiian Punch. I don't know.
Do you think can Odie even enter the Hairy Man chess contest?
I don't need to know.
You don't need to know.
No.
But don't you have to sit through that? I've never been on a cruise. I'm just told.
Yeah,
I've never been on a cruise.
It's pretty good.
Is it funny?
Oh yeah, it's fun. It's hilarious.
Chess competition?
Yeah, well, the lady won it last time, but I mean, you know.
Don't talk about your sister that way.
And do they really still have shuffleboard games and things?
Oh
like
yeah,
that?
Shuffleboards on there.
What happens on the upper deck, really, Greg? I've heard stories.
I went up there just my investigative reporting. I've been and I didn't see nothing.
You didn't see nothing?
Is something supposed to be happening there?
Oh, come on.
It's supposed to be the topless
I don't know.
deck.
I've never been.
It's the topless thing that happens up there where you get sunburned.
The only one I seen up there, I carried a towel. Please.
Cover up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I have never been on one, and I think it would be fun.
Does Odie really wear a Speedo?
Yes.
Okay.
We've seen pictures.
Only factual reporting here at the Scotty Ray Report.
That's correct. The truth.
Well, it is the best money I probably ever spent on a vacation.
Really?
I love cruising.
And I've heard y'all talk about that. If you plan it out right, you can get a deal. But
oh yeah.
There is that chance of if you buy the last minute, it costs a lot more.
I've been on 2 free ones. I mean, if you get the
points,
complimentary stuff, and points, and casino points, and
I've never done it.
It's a lot of fun.
I like the thought of it, but I have to be in control. I got to be able to leave.
The more people that go, the more fun it is.
I get that.
And you take people with you that, I mean, that's like groups?
It's like 17 of us went last time.
I don't like 17
but wait
people.
A minute, you don't see them. Some of them you may not see all week long. It's like a floating city. People, they think their mentality is it's like a bus tour or something where everybody stays there. No, you liable to be out there a week, not see the people in the room next door to you.
3 days would probably be my limit because I get real antsy, wanting to come on back.
3 minutes would be your limit. The first time my phone's not ringing. What do I do? Or there's no sirens going off. Yeah.
It would really be an adjustment for me to be to where I couldn't talk about.
We should do an episode where we take Scotty Ray places and makes him uncomfortable each week. Like an elevator.
All you got to do is take his phone away from him in here. If you slip out there and somehow cut his phone off, I'm telling you, he'll
take him to the top of the 3-foot hotel.
You don't realize what I can miss in a period of 5 minutes on a phone.
You don't realize what he can screw up in 5 minutes too. Like
That's
you
true.
pull up,
I think we all do.
You see the restaurant and you see the special of the day, and what does he do?
What restaurant were y'all at?
Puts it in reverse. He puts it in reverse. I'm fat. I'm hungry. My tongue's hanging out.
And we drove off.
And he off into.
You've been upset about that all week.
I have. I was hungry.
It was tormenting. Yeah.
Where were y'all going?
We went on a road trip. We went all the way to Enterprise, which is a baby step for him. You know what I'm saying? If he gets out of sight of the city
went out
limits,
of town.
Yes. And we drive all the way up to
and that's why he can't do it, because he misses
bittersweet where I could see the ice cream. I look like that little fat kid on I could see the ice cream, and he throwed it in reverse.
That was torture though. But I mean, everything was coming apart.
You got to keep some spare pork chops.
It was bad.
And
trust me, it takes a lot to give up food. If it had been a minor thing, we could have walked. We could have let that handle. But we had people up in a motel room wouldn't come out.
There's a standoff, and I'm thinking I'm going to stand out if you'll open this door. But
wasn't no room for that. Boogie there.
I had a 0 bar.
An
hour later.
Ooh,
was a king size.
Oh, speaking of, we all got invited to a luncheon today.
That's right.
Oh, you going with us?
I can't make it.
Oh, no, she's always got to go.
I got to go. Always got to go. But yeah, I'll be in New Orleans by then if all goes as planned. So
good luck down there in New Orleans.
Thanks. We're going to spend our Easter down
there. We hear
there.
there's crime. Be careful.
No.
It's everywhere, Scotty Ray.
Everywhere.
Well, I know, but
she's got to go dye eggs and fix her basket and all that.
So y'all celebrating Easter in New Orleans?
Mm-hmm.
She may be like RW. You know, he's so tight. He's dyeing potatoes this year for the grandkids. That's how cheap he is.
Golly.
You know, we say that jokingly, but y'all
eggs is ridiculous.
But nobody's. I mean, there's some people, but most people have converted a long time ago from the real eggs.
No,
it was a tradition. Y'all remember when you wake up and the eggs would still be warm?
Oh yeah. I ain't putting up a plastic Christmas tree, and I ain't hunting no plastic Easter egg. I want my real eggs.
You hunt eggs?
Well, yeah. I mean, not very well. I mean, I'm still finding some from last year, but you know.
Oh, have mercy.
Another year or two, I'll be able to hide my own because I can't remember where I put nothing.
Speaking of that, don't forget today at 10 a.m. Velma Park we'll have the first Easter egg hunt in Meridian. That kicks off at 10 o'clock, and then Sunday afternoon will be at Highland Park. They'll have an Easter egg hunt.
Those are a lot of fun.
And then tomorrow there is one at the church right by the Highway 39.
Yeah.
The softball complex thing there. What do they call that?
Oh, yeah.
Northeast Park?
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll be an Easter egg hunt there tomorrow. The church
That's
is
a lot of
putting that
Easter
on.
eggs to hunt.
And there's more.
Well, I like it when you hide them. This pouring them in the grass. Come on, now, you're not teaching these kids to hunt. You got to hide them eggs. You got to get up in the limb and put them under some straw. Don't just roll them out there on the grass. That's what we've done to this generation.
That's the problem. We found it right there.
That's part of the problem. The eggs are not hid well enough. They don't have to work for it.
Okay.
Now, is Highland Park that way where they dump them on the ground? It's just so many
It
kids.
didn't used to be Highland Park. They've got so many trees and stuff. That was cool. And now they got where they put money in them.
We do prize eggs with my family. Like we put money in ours.
Like
there's some
$2 or
there's
or
like I think the grand prize egg that last weekend was $5.
Okay. Well,
where y'all hiding them at?
Well, I mean, and we try to do enough like where each kid kind of gets one.
Well,
there we go again. Winners and losers. No, if you didn't find the prize egg, you lost. If you did not get an egg, you lost.
We used to have silver dollars put in them inside the little plant. That'd be like the grand prize or a silver dollar put in one.
And look, you turned out all right.
I did.
You still got all these silver dollars.
Good morning. It's 8 minutes after the hour. It is coffee time. It's Good Friday. Can y'all believe that? Good Friday is here. What a wonderful time. Church is going to be happening on Sunday.
A lot of crosswalks going on today, and I mean that's just awesome, man.
Coming up, we're going to talk about a few of the businesses, and I'll have to ask you why something is not. That's around the corner here at the Scotty Ray Report.
Celebrating our 7th anniversary, Al's Garden and Gift is excited to share the beautiful colors of spring with you. Beautiful bedding and vegetable plants, hanging baskets, roses, ferns, shrubs, and fruit trees to help you enjoy the season. Spruce up lawn and flower beds with fresh sod, mulch, soils, and pine straw. Then brighten your day with unique gifts, candles, gourmet food items, flags, wind chimes, planters, fountains, custom wreaths, and so much more. Spring is here at Al's Garden and Gift. Bloom with happiness.
The selection is always changing at Massey Supermart Auto Sales with low-mileage cars and trucks. How about a Z71 2500 HD? Or maybe you're looking for the Ford F-150 with lots of leg room in it. Plenty of SUVs like the Explorer for the family. Or if you're looking for a gas saver to go back and forth to work, come by and see the mini cars like this Nissan.
The low-profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealers are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealers Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Welcome back. Boy, that happened quick, didn't it? This kind of flew by. As I said, I got a note from Donna Jill last night. As we look here, we pulled this up. The county offices, Lauderdale County takes Good Friday as a holiday. The state offices and the City of Meridian offices are open today, and they take another day instead of Good Friday.
That I don't know.
And I don't know what that day. Do you happen to know? Do you remember?
And I'm always confused about government holidays. I worked in the private sector for a while, and so when I worked at the city, people were like, "We're not working tomorrow." I'm like, "Why?" I didn't,
Well, I work for the
so
state.
there's all kinds of days that I
never got it.
Yeah.
But now South Mississippi, South Louisiana, I know they take like Fat Tuesday instead of Good Friday, but we've not progressed that far up here with our
I don't know what we're taking instead.
So if you happen to know what the city takes instead of this, let us know. I'm just curious as to what that day is. But let's see what else we've got that's going to be shut down today. We go to we get this from Lauderdale County Bridge, where they're saying that they're closed today. And again, that's county. And then we also jump down here to Clark County. They're going to be closed today, the courthouse in Clark County as well as Lauderdale County. So those are the places that I know of. I'm assuming all banks are open. I don't know of any that are closed today.
I never was good at keeping up with that because I've always been in emergency response.
And it doesn't matter.
And it don't matter. I mean, I'm sorry, but Christmas, 4th of July, it don't matter. Somebody's on call.
You got to get up and roll regardless, don't you?
That's right.
Speaking of, now, there's one thing being a criminal, but I mean, shouldn't you leave Good Friday alone and not do criminal activity?
Well, I think they don't observe the holiday.
They didn't have any morals in Couth on Thursday, so Friday really wasn't going to make them change none.
Bright and early this morning, I want to say this was around 4 a.m. this morning. Lauderdale County Sheriff's deputies had to take another sip of coffee and head out into the darkness, and they ended up here over at the Sandflatts Dollar General. This is where it would go down, where the power went woof and went off. Normally that means it's power bandits trying to break in. Deputies arrived to find a car parked out front.
Got caught in the act.
Door had already been kicked in, or however they got into the front door, and they held them at gunpoint until other deputies.
How many packs of cigarettes did they have?
I don't know.
Because don't they normally take the
normally.
Yeah.
Newports.
Cigarettes is $8 and $10 a pack.
So that's a lot of money now.
Yeah.
But MPD arrived to back up the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department, and they all kind of helped them get in the back of a patrol car until this investigation is complete.
I'm sure that this wasn't their first.
They've probably had practice, but they need a little bit more there in timing of how they do it. And
well, you got to give an address too on 19. You can't say the Dollar General on 19 South.
Well, he's at Sandflatts.
I know, but every 15 feet there's a Dollar
there
General.
are a lot of Dollar Generals.
Because I had to call Greg one day, and I said, Greg, because I was thinking like the 4000 block was there at Southeast.
Right.
That ain't. That's on down the road. I think it was near Selma, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was close. It was close.
I kept driving until there was that new Dollar General out by Why Not. But it's at least 3 down 19.
And it's already fixed too, by the way. Where they ran into it.
How do you know that?
Because I know my Dollar Generals.
They might as well be courthouses, like little annexes, and pick up mail and what else there.
He says he doesn't like me, but did you notice that he came? Yeah, he sat by you all week.
Well, you've had this hacking cough.
I know. I'm telling you, we need to see about a telemed with Tyson and let her call, see if we can find out.
I think Tyson could give her a shot.
I'm
She'd be
sick.
right on.
My back hurts. I mean, I think that we should consider putting me down. But I'm still here.
It could be distemper. Look and see if on her tag if she's had her shots.
I really don't
She's been coughing for a month. I'm telling you.
It's sinuses. I don't want to take
If
this,
Doc Holliday was a female, that'd be her.
I'm assuming this is allergies that mess with you.
Yeah, it really is.
That green stuff.
I thought you had to go outside to get allergies.
I spend a lot of time outside.
Oh, okay.
I like being outside.
Early this morning, this would be around, I think this was around 2:30ish. We had a car upside down. Did y'all hear about that?
I did.
Highway 493 is where that would happen. Off in the ditch it went. There it is.
ahead.
Can't park there.
Nope. Minor injuries, though. She was waiting on these guys to show up here, and they did in full force.
When I left here yesterday morning, I run upon one that had just slid off in the ditch.
Well, hang on. I
Stop and
think
help her?
I certainly did.
Aren't you nice? Would you have done it if it was me?
I told the sweet lady, I said, I'm not leaving you until your husband gets here or the highway patrol, because she was in a curve and it was dangerous.
and there it is.
That's it.
That's very sweet.
That's just the kind of person I am. That's why my basket will runneth over Sunday.
Easter Bunny comes.
That's exactly right.
The Easter Bunny comes on Saturday.
It comes on Sunday. Yes,
Okay.
I'll have gold brick eggs and peeps and colored jelly beans.
Gold brick eggs.
Them peeps.
Hell yeah. Well, you know, this is one of the busiest days of the year for RW, because
What's he get?
he probably gets a U-Haul trailer. He probably gives out 20 Easter baskets.
He
I
does it.
think he's even got one of those Peter Cottontail suits he puts on.
He delivers it.
Yeah, just like he does at Valentine's. I mean, he is. They call him the Candy Man.
The
You gotta do
Candyman
something to keep
can.
those casseroles rolling.
Yeah, that's it's what do they call that word? Reciprocation
Oh, that was a big one,
for
Greg.
them casseroles he's got coming in.
Let me ask this: Can he outdo this guy?
He's so much fun.
RW's got a suit that looks something like that, but he wears a Speedo with it.
That's really funny.
Delivering to all those women out.
Oh yes. Just it's
Meridian's on Casanova is what you're trying to put out here.
I had no idea.
Have you ever met RW?
I've just heard lore.
It's folklore to you. You said.
I mean, I've just heard y'all talk about him.
We need to
so-
introduce you
Yeah,
to him.
well,
so-
Kind of like Harold. He's in the same.
I would agree with that. Matter of fact, if
Like, I've
you,
never officially met Harold, but I feel like I know him pretty good.
Harold will start calling you from the bushes.
yes,
You
sir.
can hear him for a country mile.
I love it.
Already 18 minutes after the hour. If you've got a birthday anniversary, please let us know.
Who's keeping up with them?
Well, one of us are. I don't know who. That's tough. Where is Odie? He keeps up a
Happy
good job
birthday.
on-
Happy anniversary, y'all.
Yes, sir. We'll get to those in just a moment. More coming up with the Scotty Ray Report.
We welcome you to a new vehicle buying experience here at Doc's Toyota. Buying a new vehicle doesn't have to be stressful, but don't just take our word for it.
This was the best experience I've ever had buying a vehicle.
Doc's employees are top-notch.
I drove 2 hours, not once, but twice, to purchase 2 vehicles with a 5-month time frame.
Doc's delivers competitive pricing, a comprehensive selection, and flexible financing options, helping you get on the road from Carthage, Meridian, and beyond. There's a reason why there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel. As the seasons change, so do your clothes, and Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Haybo shirts, long and short sleeve, also Hulk shirts, and America's favorite brand, Carhartt, whether you need work pants or slacks for church. And nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need to keep you dry in those wet conditions. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Welcome back, I'm your friend Scotty Ray. It is Fun Friday, and on top of that, it's Good Friday. We started out at 59, a little bit cooler in Meridian than everywhere else.
You better enjoy them 59-degree days, because it ain't going to be many more, and it's going to be, the low's going to be 78 at night.
Yeah, it's coming.
I love it.
I don't. That's when it's so sticky, miserable, hot.
Yeah,
Tough out there for a chubby boy.
It is. Fat people don't survive well.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's tough. Now, here's what we got coming in on Sunday. Let's show this. We hadn't showed radar about all of this morning. As we pull this up, this is what we're expecting on Sunday. This will be after dark. It's minimal for us here right now. This probably will change a little bit as we see that we got a level 1 here. Up around Vicksburg, they're predicting this to be a level 2 possibly in west. We're watching it, but as of now, we're still at a level 1 there. The Meridian area, anything east of Vicksburg is still okay. We're expecting it to move a little bit further east and take in Vicksburg, maybe to Jackson.
Oh, a little rain shower wouldn't hurt nothing.
No,
it's dry. It's drier than people think it is, too.
Which will cause those little forest fires to jump up real quick. Like
Absolutely.
I'm trying to remember the last time it rained.
Last Friday.
Used to, if we needed to rain, I just needed to plan an event.
Yeah, full moon on Friday.
But Scotty Ray's giving me the spring off.
It was
far.
Wednesday or Thursday because full moon was on Friday, and it had rained a day or two before that. Now, however, I did see moisture on the windshield Friday because I almost called you on County Road 350. It rained for about 15 seconds. And
I had a couple of people report to me that they had like a pop-up shower, and I'm going, and it was zero is what it was supposed to be.
You know, when somebody, and I always believe when somebody does something good, and I think this guy has a really, really good heart. Do you like The Rock? Dwayne Johnson, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
he's
nice.
done this several times, especially when it comes to kids. We had a little boy, that was a little girl that was extremely sick, had a rare internal disease that wasn't going to make it, and he called her. That was her dream, is to talk to him, and he couldn't be there, but he did call her, and it made her day to get to talk to him.
That's sweet.
And I think it's important that people do that for people. It means a lot to them.
It does.
So The Rock, and again, I don't think he's forgotten where he come from. Boy was poor, bad poor.
See, I don't know much about him.
I don't know much about him.
We lived in Mississippi for a while. He was a boxer in Memphis.
That's right. Lived in his car for a while. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
And a guy that, not long, he came back to Mississippi not long ago and gave a brand new pickup truck to the guy that had let him spend the night at his house and encouraged him while he trained in Memphis, and he'd drive back and stay at his house. But that was nice of him to do that, to gift him a truck.
I didn't know that.
He's a pretty good old boy there.
Okay.
Now let's talk about we have a tragedy that we need to talk about, and this was sincere tragedy last night, as we would get word that an accident happened at Pushmataha Lake, which is Choctaw, in the Choctaw area. It would be non-tribal members involved. So Eric Clark and the Neshoba County Sheriff's deputies were called in. 2 people were fishing. One got in trouble in the water. The other one jumped in to help the other. Both were affected by this. One person has been 100% deceased. The other was flown to UMMC
Oh my gosh.
for life flighted there. I don't know how their condition is now. Let's keep a prayer out for that they make it there. And this could be young folks. This could be
You don't
possibly.
have age on them?
I don't have exact, but I was hearing that they were high school students from the Philadelphia area. I'm not 100% on that.
Okay.
So keep this in your thoughts and prayers. There's a lot of comments on that, and I know there's people that know them.
Yeah.
Keep them close to your heart. This is a good Friday, good weekend here. And
That's awful.
such a sad time for something like that to bring tragedy to our area.
Just remember, no matter how old or how young you are, be careful. I mean, and as the weather warms up, more and more people get out on the water, lakes, rivers, streams, whatever. And we older people, remember this too. Just because we used to swim, don't mean. I mean, I've added like 2 or 3 pounds probably. You might want to practice in the shallow end.
It couldn't hurt.
Scotty Ray keeps it simple. He just can't.
I can't swim.
Oh, he ain't going around no water.
No, sir. No, sir. A man's got to know his limitations, as Clint Eastwood said. And I know mine, and I just stay away from it.
Okay.
Best way to do that. Hey, we got somebody headed off to jail. I don't know if y'all heard about this. We pulled it up. We finally got a note there from the Meridian Police Department late yesterday afternoon. Frederick Eugene Porter II is being charged in the car chase. Now, again, this would happen on 5th Street as an officer attempted to pull the car over with no tag. A car chase would begin and gunfire would start at the police officer as it went through. And here's what, you know where the Doughboy Monument is, don't you?
Yeah, that's where they have it all blocked off.
Yeah,
back
they
there.
went right through it. It's like a movie scene, right through the barricade, going the wrong direction with gunfire going off with people in the buildings. Slide on 22nd Avenue, go north.
What is wrong with people?
And then wreck there near Rush Hospital or Oshner Rush, however you word
What
it.
is wrong with people?
That's crazy.
But the reason that he didn't want to stop was he already had a criminal record, and if firearms were found in the car, that meant you went back to jail. Now he's probably going to get
he's going to get a lot now. You shot at a cop.
Yeah.
And he deserves everything he gets.
At least $500,000 bond on that.
What are the charges?
Aggravated assault on police officers, because it was about 3 of them involved in that. So it might as well say you're trying to take them out.
But again, all these bullets were fired. Where did they go?
Yeah,
they hit something. I'm saying? People cannot get it through their head that when you fire a weapon, that bullet, I missed him, so it just faded away. No, the bullet kept going, people.
You ever watch those old westerns where they're all in the hotel and they all get to hooping and hollering, everybody shoots up in the air?
Yeah.
Well, there was hotel rooms above that. I just want to point that out.
Yeah. I don't know.
But off to jail he will go. Now, we also had another incident, and y'all remember this. Here's the guy here. This was from the Hampton Inn incident. Now,
he looks like, what's his name? Ashton
Kutcher.
Don't he?
Kutcher.
Well, I had other people
Kutcher.
say other people, and I'll say the name that was said.
He
You
looks
tell
like
me.
Scooby-Doo's little friend.
A lot of people were saying Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, okay.
Do you see it?
I see it.
That was just words there. But he's been charged. His name is Alicia Deaton. And he's been charged. Yeah, Alicia is his first name.
This just gets more interesting.
A boy named Sue.
He's confused anyway.
But I thought there was 2 people.
There were. The other one was released, not charged at all. Yeah.
I got so many questions.
There are other
that's
questions.
The wrong camera.
Yeah. Okay. There you are. There are a lot more questions.
Lots of questions.
I do feel that there are other agencies looking into this.
Yeah.
I know a little bit more than what's put here, but there's other agencies digging into this. As of now, he's being charged with aggravated assault, a bond set at $50,000.
And that's for the weapon at
the door. Of an employee of the place there. Now, again, as we all remember, dogs were brought in that sniffed, that hunted out bad things. We had FBI, we had Homeland Security, we had the Jackson Squad come in that specializes in
the
things
bomb
that go.
squad.
Yeah. No. So we watched all that unfold there. And again, at the end of the day, all this is being charged to this. It's not to say that something else will not come.
Yeah.
But that's all that's being said at this point.
But he hadn't bonded out yet that you know of?
That I know of. Now, he
got a $500,000. Yeah.
But you've got that level of guns and stuff, you probably have...
You have friends with money, most
All right, explain that to me. If it's $500,000, it would take $50,000 to get out,
of
right?
Property or cash,
Property
depending on
or
who you're
cash.
dealing with.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, it's a good chance he's out. Now, all you got to have is one good friend that'll come...
Somebody's house.
Help you out there.
I'd call him.
Would you bail her out?
I'd call her, you know.
I just...
And then that's where Dog the Bounty Hunter comes in.
Yeah, I would.
No matter what.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, I'd come get you.
Aw.
Ain't that sweet?
Just so we could get the scoop on it.
Have you ever called Jody just to look at her record before she moved to Lauderdale from Newton County?
Really?
I bet there's an extensive
some aliases and causing a disturbance at the wards.
What was that movie?
Disturbance at the wards.
What was the movie Sweet Home Alabama? I can see Julia as being that girl with the cat. You remember the little situation they had there at the bank?
Yeah. And then the girl with the baby in the bar.
Yeah. Was that
you have a
classic?
baby in a bar. Yeah.
Now, we had, and let me explain, I got tons of calls on this yesterday. This would happen on Smith Spur Road. an incident occurred.
That's in the Tumsuba area.
Tumsuba area. You would see game wardens arriving. You would see Highway Patrol. You would see Lauderdale County Sheriff. Any agency that wasn't tied up with something showed up with this. A call was made to the police of, hey, I just heard some gunshots at a house next door and something's not right. Something's. So the police arrived. They knocked on the door. No one came to the door. A deputy went around back, and I want to point this out and be very clear on this. At no point was a gun fired at the deputy or while he was there. The gunfire had already happened. As he entered it, somebody walked out on the porch with a gun. He called for backup because he said, hey, put that down. They went back inside. Maybe the guy acted like he didn't hear it. I don't know. Multiple law enforcement agencies would surround the residence, and eventually the person would come out and was taken into custody. At the time that I talked to Ward yesterday, there were, I don't think, any actual charges filed.
I was going to say, what did he do?
Yeah, I don't know, because it's not illegal to fire in the county. That is perfectly legal to do that. So unless there were some other charges pending before this, and we'll wait to see what we find out about that from Sheriff Ward Calhoun on this, where it is.
I mean, I will admit it's less likely than it used to be, gunshots in the county. I mean, people don't shoot like they used to.
Correct.
But still, I mean...
And you got to look at this of you have someone saying, well, I think I heard somebody at my house, and I went out and I fired in the ground to scare him off. You could say that, and it'd be a legit answer to why did you fire? So we don't know everything there is to know about this. We'll try to get more information on this from the sheriff as this progresses, and it may end up being absolutely nothing. But it had enough law enforcement agency.
It is a juvenile?
Do I say no?
It was a juvenile?
Yes. I'd have to guess on that.
Okay.
I don't know.
I know. Well, I mean, that's what you normally do.
It's underage. I didn't get that information.
He said that.
I did not.
I didn't get the information.
Okay.
I got what was given to me.
All right.
So we'll wait to see what becomes of this. And again, you have to report this because it was not just like there's one cop next door. This was major law enforcement present, and everybody in 3 counties wanted to know what it was.
Yeah.
So you got to jump on that. That's where we were on that situation yesterday. Now, another big thing happened over at the courthouse. That brand new fancy one there where they escort you in, and they got little places back there to sit and interview and talk to the judge. We had a murder trial going on this week. Were y'all aware of that? Mm-hmm. Well, it would come to an end yesterday.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah.
I didn't know this lady, but I've heard nothing but wonderful, wonderful things about her.
And lost her life.
Domestic violence is a terrible, terrible thing, and it kills a lot of people.
No,
they don't get better.
No, they don't, do they? And this is where, again, as we often talk about police responding to things, this is the most dangerous thing.
Very dangerous.
Absolutely.
Very dangerous.
The domestic situations like that, you don't know what you're getting into. And most of the time, if you go in, from what I gather, and you try to calm it down, the one you get on, then they both get on the poor cop that's trying to de-escalate the situation.
Now, this would happen back in 21 on Sandflatts Road is where this went on. Her name was Denisha Knight. Her life was taken. This guy was charged, and I remember it well now as we go back to think on this. He has been sentenced to life without parole. Montrell Dontre Taylor, who is now 31 years old, is sentenced to life in prison. And I remember the bolo going out on that 4 years ago, but a little speedier than some that happened there. But stood before his peers at the courthouse and got his due.
But that's always a bad situation. That's the same way with, like, I think earlier you were talking about the officer pulled the vehicle over with no tag.
Yeah.
All right. You know that they ain't got no tag. And that's just total, hey, the tag's been expired for a month or whatever. I get, but if it ain't got no tag on it,
they're going to stop you.
Yeah. You better be, as an officer, that would bother me. I mean, it would scare me to approach that vehicle because they don't care. They totally disregarded,
That's correct.
I mean,
we're going to hold a class for criminals on what not to do. Don't draw attention to yourself.
Don't point a gun at the cleaning lady. I mean, come on, dude. That was just dumb. That was just dumb.
What do you think about throwing all the furniture out in the hall? Do you think that was a key that something's not right?
Spring cleaning.
That was strange.
It was, and again,
there's a whole lot more to that one, and I'm not one of those conspiracy.
I really want to read that police report.
But there's something. Yeah. What did you say they'd rented three rooms?
3 rooms. Had 3 rooms rented.
I have so many questions.
I got a lot. I mean, were they finna start taking applications? Because some of these companies will rent rooms and they interview
applications for what?
Yeah.
When I was working on the road, that's where I'd hire people was in hotels, and you'd rent 2 to 3 rooms, and you'd spend a couple of days there. It'd be like 300 people you have to hire, and you'd go through there. If you didn't have a job site with electricity, you didn't have a choice.
But you didn't carry assault rifles.
No. The worst thing I carried was a drug test.
It's a lot easier to get them to sign up if you have an assault rifle on them.
Was that the qualification?
It was. You had
this
to pass
clean.
It. And let me tell you, after a drug test, if there's styrofoam floating in the tube, it ain't going to turn out well for you. I want to point that out to people that are faking drug tests. That doesn't look good.
I still remember Cheech and Chong. He got his pregnant sister.
Yeah. That has happened. That has happened. More on the way as we begin this day.
I'm trying to get.
What was that old hooping
Will y'all
golf?
let me leave?
Hooping golf, yeah. If you got
that's
it.
probably what I have. But if you just want me to leave, I just won't do trivia.
No, this is one of those.
Dadgummit.
You just happened to stop by. We're just so proud to say what Minnie Pearl used to say. We're just so proud to see you.
You don't think she's with child and we don't know yet. Have you been? I'm just checking. Just checking there.
No.
She is a touch eel.
See? That, what do they call it? That face that you have when you're. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and hit the button.
You should
be
hit
right
that
back.
button.
Let's face it, accidents are going to happen. If a deer jumps out in front of your car, go see my friends and professionals at Chet's Paint and Body Shop in Center Hill. Chet can help you navigate through this confusing world of insurance by providing photo estimates to insurance companies and the right to choose the body shop of your choice. From a minor scratch to a major collision, Chet has you covered. Chet offers quality repairs by trained and certified technicians with a lifetime warranty on all repairs. That's Chet's Paint and Body Shop.
Looking for a deal you can't pass up? Right now, drive off in a quality used car for just $299 down and only $299 a month here at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Meridian. That's right, good reliable cars packed with features at a price you'll love. $299 down, $299 a month. Look, I'm not kidding. This is a real offer that our customers have taken advantage of for years now. Come see us today, Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian.
Philadelphia Gun & Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun & Pawn. Welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray. It is Fun Friday, and it is Good Friday as we travel along here on this week. How's coffee?
I mean, it's fair. It's fine.
Not the best.
I've had better. But we're going to make it work.
You want to switch over to my brand, over to my Folgers?
No.
She probably drinks them frappe latte lattes.
Well, I brought my own creamer up here, so that's made it a lot better.
Mine, you just shake it in there.
All you need is coffee and a cup.
Yeah.
That's why you don't need all that.
Why do you think you make the rules?
Because I do.
About what everybody else drinks.
You didn't get the memo.
You didn't get the memo.
If
you don't like it, that's fine.
You didn't get the memo.
Okay. I'm not going to read the memo.
Okay.
All righty then. Y'all ready to play a little history there?
Oh, I can't wait.
Absolutely.
Golly, such an attitude.
Did you do a better job of, there's everything country music lyrics pre-1974?
Well, one if by land, two if by sea. What was that third thing? I forget what it was, but it was that midnight ride. The British are coming. And we don't know how many people heard it or if the TV was on when he passed by and nobody heard it or not, but he was sure trying to warn the folks there.
Yeah. Save some people.
Paul Revere. Reckon how many miles he actually... I guess that's all documented of there, his route there.
Well, the horse had an odometer.
It would be 1861, and you've got to go back in time of when the war between the states was getting ready to break out. They were trying to find the best of the best. And had this happened, the war probably would have ended within 2 months. Without a shadow of a doubt, it would have ended very quickly. Because the way it turned out, the person that was most qualified would go to the other side and take nothing and drag it out for 4 years. But on this day, in 1861, Abe Lincoln sent a message up on the hill high above Washington and said, "Come on down, we need to talk." And he said, "No, I can't do that because I have cousins, I have first, and I cannot draw a sword against my state." And it would be Robert E. Lee.
Yeah.
He turned it down. And then eventually, after about 8 of them that didn't know what they were doing, they would end up with Ulysses S. Grant, who had been drinking and thought, "Hey,
where do I apply it?"
Seems fun.
But it really would have been different had Lee taken it with his military.
Yeah.
It would have ended quickly.
Yeah.
But and you have to look at that. He just couldn't do it. And then, of course, for those who are not real familiar with history, that's how we got Arlington, his land. There's people buried upon it, and it is a national treasury now.
He's talking about the War of Northern Aggression.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm familiar. Have you been to Arlington?
Yes, I have.
It's really
I have
cool.
not.
It's amazing.
It is
You better put your walking shoes on.
It's awesome.
But
of course, he was married to George Washington's granddaughter.
But it is a...
You know that?
No.
Yeah, and that was the big thing of when they started yelling, "The Yankees are coming," they had to empty the house because it had so much of George Washington's things in it. And they were afraid they were going to be broken, torn apart by Yankees, and they were trying to get all out. And probably, had that not happened, he would have probably ended up being the president of the U.S. of A. had the war not broken out. Prominent family. His daddy squandered everything he had, and he pulled his boots up and made it happen.
Yeah.
Just thought you might want to know that. Anything else you want to know?
No, I'm impressed.
Yeah, okay.
I feel educated.
All right, I know more, but I'll hush up. 1906, there come a little shaking thing happening in 1906, San Francisco.
Earthquake.
It would be. This was devastating. We lost.
I know what that is, a shaking thing.
Was it like 3,000 people died in this. Happened at 5:13 a.m. No one was ready for that or prepared for it. Probably didn't even know what it was in 1906.
That's probably really scary.
Even to today's time, if you watch these videos of the buildings that just start, and you well know that buildings probably weren't up to code.
Probably not.
What else happened here? You ever heard of Bob Hastings, McHale's Navy?
Yeah.
He even had some cameos there in All in the Family there. Remember this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting
It's not ringing a bell to me, but...
Yeah, he was big back in the 70s there. The Virginian, if you watch any Western show, did you watch that? Look at his face.
I don't know. I'm not...
It wasn't high-ho silver or anything, but...
Yeah.
Wasn't
it's a pretty horse.
One of my favorites.
But he wasn't as likable as Matt Dillon by any means.
I hate that.
I mean, Matt was the man.
I'm trying to be engaging if you'll just let me fake.
Hot or not, Festus? Or Newly? Who would you rather there? Festus or Newly? Who would you date?
What's the answer?
Do what, Ruth? Just say Ruth.
Ruth.
Remember this guy, James Wood? He's caught a lot of flack here lately because, he's a big Trump supporter. And being an actor and supporting Trump usually means you don't get any more jobs. That's the way it's been in the past. There's his birthday
I don't see
today.
how those two things are
but
related.
It's kind of stacking up the other way now.
It is now.
There's kind of more of them than there is others. So.
It's funny how the tides change, and that's where we are at this point. Did you ever shrink anything before?
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
There you go.
I loved this one. Yeah, that was an awesome movie.
Rick Morris said,
you didn't like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
No.
Come on, man. It was pretty funny.
I didn't get that channel.
That is a good one. You need to give it a chance.
Wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
Around shrinking nobody's children.
One of the smartest men of all time would pass away today.
Craig's still here.
Einstein.
That's it. 1955.
We had the same barber.
Clearly.
He just really didn't have a good barber, did he? So that went on. Let's see what else here. This guy. This is, I think, y'all correct me, Julia Roberts. Does she have a brother?
I think so. Yeah, that seems familiar.
I think that's who that is. I mean, he's no big star or anything, but since he's got a big sister, we thought we'd mention his name anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, that's who we think he is.
All right.
I couldn't name one.
Maybe,
movie.
yeah.
I think he always had the big
It
roles.
may be Julia Roberts' brother's birthday today, or maybe not.
Yeah. This guy is, the face of what a mama would have to love.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it that way because he's if he ain't had surgery, I don't know who has. Conan O'Brien.
Oh Lord, he looked like Lyle Lovett.
He does have that look, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's definitely not my type of talk show. Me and him don't relate real well.
No.
Yeah.
Just, he's different there. Let's see what else happened today. You ever understood your man?
I'm not answering that question.
Well, Johnny Cash would have to write about it today, and it went number one. As you go back to 64. And he was just telling her, understand your man.
I don't know that I've heard that one. I'll have to
Really?
go back and look.
Pretty good stuff. A lot better than that last album he put out before he passed away. Whew, that was horrible.
I just turned my neck too fast.
I just never
hurt.
I don't.
Johnny?
Yes.
I don't dislike Johnny Cash. That's just not one of my favorites.
I like John's stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just not a big Cash fan.
Sunday morning coming down.
I mean, I'm just.
He ain't
You're
no,
surprising me left and right.
He ain't no Willie Nelson or Hank Williams Jr.
And this is the authority.
That boy named Sue. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Cocaine Blues.
Oh,
I
Cocaine
love
Blues.
that.
Do you know that song?
Mm-hmm.
Early this morning.
I mean, I can't sing it with you, Scotty Ray, but I'm familiar.
San Quentin and all of those.
Mm-hmm.
But the last album he come out with should have kept it to himself.
Should have. And they gave every award to it they could simply because it was Johnny Cash.
What is that?
Hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It hurt us.
Do you think your radio's between stations or something? It's horrible.
And that's the truth. Is anybody going to San Antonio, Phoenix, Arizona? Any place is all right with me.
Charlie Pride.
It was a big one there. Sleeping under a table in a roadside park, a man could wake up dead.
You really are a cheat. Charlie Pride might be in your top 2 or 3. I mean, you bring him up a lot.
Charlie was good. He was a man amongst men there. This was way before we would see Grease. It was, Hey Mr. Please. It was before that. Don't Play B-17. It was his song. It was our song. Olivia Newton-John would have a big hit there with Have You Ever Been Mellow?
That's some of that dope smoking stuff. I ain't listening to that.
You really are picky.
Seemed like she had another hit back in the day.
She had one or two that I really liked, but it wasn't none of that Cheech and Chong crap.
I'll have to go back and look at it. Anybody remember the name Melissa Joan Hart? Mm-hmm. Sabrina, the teenage.
I loved that.
There you go.
I loved the cat.
The Putty Tat
channel.
What was the cat's name? But the cat was very mischievous and funny.
I did not watch it. It was probably a little girl show, probably. We're guessing here out on a limb here on this side of the room.
I was one time.
Let me ask this.
I didn't just.
Greg, did you ever have a girlfriend that you went somewhere with and you caught a glimpse and you went, what you looking at him for? What's up with that? You thought that she had something for somebody else in the room. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, Mac McAnally sat down and wrote a song about that. He'd be from over around Forest, that area there, and, well, Alabama would get a hold to it and make a number 1 out of it, of Old Flame Burning in Your Eyes.
Mm-hmm. That's when you wait on them to go to the restroom and you just leave.
Yeah, leave them.
Have you ever done that?
No comment.
I think he has.
Greg.
He had to take matters into your own hands. So
That's right.
There's probably a crowd.
You at least pay the bill
if you
for
found
left?
somebody that you want better, that's where you need to be.
Yeah, leave them.
That's right.
But you at least pay the bill before you left.
Because I'm like George Jones said, once you've had the very best.
I don't know if y'all. This was one of their weaker hits. I'm not going to claim that it was the best because Redneck Girl, that was at the top line. What She Needs, a Sugar Daddy.
Bellamy Brothers.
Yeah, Lovers Live Longer, as we know that. I'd Lie to You for Your Love. And then along came this song, Kids of the Baby Boom. It was a
Old Hippie was one of my favorites by the Bellamy Brothers.
Yeah,
and they live in Florida. And I want to say they just cut a song with Gene Watson.
That's possible.
Like in the last 6 months.
Huh.
How do you know that?
Because it's common knowledge to most people.
They were extreme. Let Your Love Flow.
I'm not real smart. My little bitty girl brain over here. I'm just doing the best I can.
Well, you just keep that hamster running. It'll be okay.
I'm a lawyer. I'm a movie star. And I'd lie to you. Good stuff there. It was 1992, the first time I would meet this guy. He traveled through Meridian, Mississippi. Little yellow car. He got out of his car, and the door was crankety. He had rust, and he made it inside the radio station. And he goes, "Hi, I'm Aaron Tippin, and I'd like for you to play my song." And ain't nothing wrong with the radio.
He just disappeared.
I
love that song.
It's good. Radio got to where they went more right or left than him and left him behind.
He was really good, but I mean, he just...
And the thing about it
looks a little too small.
He sold more albums in the South than any of those big name stars did.
By hustling.
Working Man's PhD. I mean, he sang to the people, the working man. I Got It Honest. Ain't Nothing But a Small Town House.
While we're on that, I'm gonna change boats in the middle of the river here.
Okay.
He and Ricky Van Shelton. Whatever happened to Ricky Van Shelton? He just disappeared too.
Ricky Van walked off the stage, if y'all remember. Ricky Van was at a big benefit in Nashville, and he had a record producer come up and say, "I want you to sing this." And he goes, "Well, that's not on my set." And the guy tells him, "You're going to do it." Ricky goes, "No, I ain't." He finished his set, didn't play it, and walked off, and he walked into the sunset, retired.
That was it.
You don't hear of him playing at anything anymore. And
I really liked him too. But Aaron Tippin, maybe, because that was about the same time, and I really liked Aaron Tippin.
I can still remember the first time I heard "Hello, yeah, this is me." Lord, it's been a long time. It's just strong stuff.
I like it.
Statue of a Fool.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, and then he done Rockin' Years with Dolly. And Statue of the list goes on of Ricky Van. Keep It Between the Lines. Boy, does that not just... Have you ever heard that?
Good music.
I don't know.
Good stuff. They're teaching this kid how to color.
Okay.
And it related to life as you learn how to drive. He was learning how to drive. Keep It Between the Lines.
If you play it for me, I might.
Good stuff. I liked him a whole bunch. As we go back to remember Skip Stevenson, he passed away. If you remember that, it's been a long time. Real People, that used to be a huge show during the 70s before we had a choice. It wouldn't have been a hit today. It's all
before we had a choice.
I don't remember that.
Do you remember Bye Bye, a redhead? Heads Caroline. Jody Messina.
Yeah, that's right.
She's a tough old girl.
Right.
Why are you like this?
Because she ain't no Shania Twain.
I love Shania Twain too.
She got the prettiest belly button I ever seen.
She did, but have you seen her lately?
She just is holding on. It's okay to age a little bit.
No. That's not what I mean. She went and had surgery, and you don't know her.
That's what I'm saying. It's okay to age a little bit. And
she didn't.
She's trying to defy it.
She had a facelift, and you don't know who I could not identify her in a lineup.
But she is also dressing like
a teenage girl.
Yeah.
Cover up.
There ain't nothing wrong with...
The worst surgery I ever seen was Kenny Rogers.
True.
I'm sorry. That was horrible.
Pretty bad.
That was bad.
Somebody just said no to Kenny.
Yeah.
We would lose probably...
That's why Greg hadn't done anything.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, I'll never have
all
that.
natural.
Some people do their eyes and get rid of the crow's feet and all that. I'll just have to live with it there. This is probably one of the biggest household names that there ever was, because you thought about him every New Year's Eve, and then on Saturdays as we'd all watch American Bandstand. Dick Clark passed away today, 2012. Can you believe it's been that long? Maybe not.
I don't know.
Fox News back in 5 years ago, lost $787 million in a lawsuit. Now, that's a chunk of change, if y'all remember that, over the voting. This would also destroy Mike Lindell, the pillow guy. You know what I'm talking about? He got sued also.
The My Pillow.
Yeah. He was, and I talked about it earlier this week, to where they were demanding he pay $5,000 a month, and he goes, "Look, I ain't got it. I done laid off employees. I do not have it." He goes, "I got a house and one car. That's all I got left." They have ruined his life, and his company's struggling to keep going because of what they've done.
That's so crazy.
But he had a bunch of evidence. I just don't know if it was right or not. Wouldn't it be shocking if we were to find out if all that were true? I mean, of course, we all know that there was nothing on that laptop. We were told that, weren't we? Yeah. Who knows? We can't prove anything.
I don't.
He's throwing rocks again.
I know. He's mean to people.
Who's throwing rocks?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Anyways.
Okay. All right. We'll be right back. More coming up on Scotty Ray Report. J&J Tire Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
When it comes to enhancing your outdoor experience, you need a companion that can keep up. The Kubota RTV 850 Sidekick at Parrish is your ultimate utility vehicle for every adventure. From the deer camp, trail riding, or just working on the farm, the Sidekick delivers powerful performance and versatility. These units start at $15,499 cash and have a $2,000 rebate. Financing is available as low as $285 a month.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows, call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. This is Greg. By his lonesome there is that girl is trying that coffee machine again. Trying to work it out.
She's trying to break up that cough.
It is Good Friday. Again, we will remind you that Laudedale County Courthouse will be closed with county offices. They'll be reopening on Monday. All city offices will be open today. I think I got that right. And I think most banks are open. I hadn't gotten any questions or any comments stating otherwise. So we believe all of those are open there. Got another birthday there for you there. Let's see. Peggy says don't forget about, why not? They're going to be racing the super late models this weekend. Rodney will be all over it. He'll have his cowboy hat in case something breaks out to cover it for me.
When are you going to have him on here?
I've extended the offer to Rodney over and over to come in, and he don't want to be on camera.
He wants his own show?
I don't know what the deal is.
Okay. Well,
it's either that or we got to go out there to him.
And y'all had fun people in this week. You always just make me hang out with Greg, but y'all got Mayor Gill and
we did.
Supervisor Anders and even Rush.
Yeah.
This week. And I just have to hang out with
Alan
Greg.
yesterday. He was talking about ghost stories in your house. And
my house isn't haunted, except for by me.
Seriously, we got to do something this year with that, because those are always fun when it comes to haunted houses.
No, it's not.
So you're not scared of haunted houses like you are everything
I'm scared,
else?
but I'll go. I'll bust up in there with them.
And you're scared of them?
No, I respect them. I ain't scared of nothing. I just respect them.
I never, and I mean this, one time we had gone to Natchez, Mississippi and done one of these, and somehow this woman who, what do you call them, sees into the future, what do you call this?
A nut.
Yeah. She kind of got
a fortune teller?
It wasn't a fortune. She said she was a psychic.
No.
Ended up with us. Now, and years later, like 8-9 years later, she sends me this message with holy water and told me I had to watch myself. Something was coming after me. I was like, whoa.
No.
She scared me. Because I've always heard they'll follow you home.
No.
You go and mess with them in their joint, and they come back with you to your home and stay with you.
My friends.
Holy Spirit, you better worry about the Holy Spirit.
Well, I agree with that.
I ain't fooling with no haints. I ain't saying they exist. I ain't saying they don't. But I'm saying some things is better off left unfooled with. You just don't. I like people talk about this. I'm not scared of a cemetery. I will go in a cemetery. I ain't got a problem with that. But anybody wants to go hang out in one's got a problem. I'm sorry. I mean,
there's some unexplainable things in this world.
Be respectful.
Yes, sir. Very, very unexplainable. Here's one for you. We're looking for a car that was stolen in Lauderdale County. This is not cool. It was taken here. Here's what we got. It's a little Nissan car on Covington Road out in the county. A 22 Nissan Kicks. It's black. Tag is LAT036. They'd sure like to have it back. So keep it in mind. If you see that somewhere, let them know.
I feel like everybody should just change to a stick shift, and
that would stop
probably
people from.
Help a lot.
Yeah, it'd stop thefts. Let me tell you. Now that was
that's a theft-proof device. Anti-theft device these days is a stick shift
and a rotary phone.
That'll keep people from doing it. It'll stare at it. Let's see what else we got. This went on last night where they dropped all the. And I didn't get the winner, but they dropped all those golf balls.
Oh yeah, that is fun. Rotary does that every year. I hated we missed it. We had church and prom.
A lot of golf balls. And the object is to knock it in that hole, isn't
it? And then there's money. So you buy, each ball has a number on it that corresponds, and you've bought a ticket for the ball, and then if the ball that gets in the hole wins a bunch of money.
Oh, here's the fire department band. They were playing last night.
Stop it.
And can't miss them.
Well, I know that I believe that Third Thursday is now going to be on 5th Street instead of Dumont Plaza for safety concerns.
Why would there be a safety concern in the park? I'm just
they can't properly block it off from vehicles being able to drive through it.
It's just a little bitty square.
I'm just here to report the news.
But I'm being serious on it. That is.
I think the thought is when they're when there's people performing at Dumont Plaza, then you can't. Then there's people that are closer to the street watching, I guess, and that they're susceptible to.
Here's a thought: shut 22nd down between that street and
that is a medical thoroughfare. That needs to be
We got roads going around it. I mean,
I know,
and I'm sorry, it's bad what happened in New Orleans or whatever. But our government, our leaders, never cease to amaze me that they take something and go to the extremes with it, with barricades and fire trucks and all that. I got news for you. If somebody wants to run over you, they're going to run over you.
They will.
I don't care what you do.
But you're right. If you just blocked off those streets, it would solve the whole problem.
Ambulance comes over the bridge, takes a right, takes a left, poof, they're at the hospital. Or here's a thought, go over the 18th Avenue Bridge.
Yep, you can take a right before you got there. Straight shot up there.
I speak for ACES and our events, and Meridian Counts for the Arts. They do good work. So I'm sure they're negotiating with the city to do the best they can too.
Well,
but I do believe that's why they're on 5th Street now, is part of these new security measures.
Yeah, we got plenty of pictures for you to look at. Large crowd gathered around to watch last night as we glanced through these pictures. There's the backside, and then there's the front of it. But Third Thursday there.
I didn't know nothing about it. I'm sorry.
Nobody else did either.
I mean,
It's not the same event like it is when it comes to Full Moon on 5th. That is.
Well, we're not comparing the two.
No, they
do.
But I'm gonna tell you something. Yeah. I had a good time.
Yes, sir.
I have yet to have a good time at Full Moon on 5th.
It is a.
You've yet to have a bad time at Full Moon.
Well, yeah, that's what.
Okay, thank you to clarify.
I have yet to have a bad time. Full Moon on 5th is fun.
Well, you'll never see me really throwing rocks.
And you'll see your friends there. I mean, it is packed.
That's what gets me, is how many people that you know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It seems like everybody's there.
We have a good time.
Hey, don't forget about this, because this is slipping up on us. We have a runoff election coming, and if you need to absentee it,
you're running out of time.
Yep, here we go. This is going to be happening during the 3 Foot Festival this weekend.
That's your last absentee voting.
Oh.
Yeah.
3 Foot Festival.
Yeah, that snuck up on me, too.
Mm-hmm. That's also put on by the Arts Council, the same one that does Third Thursday.
That'd be why we didn't know about it.
Don't.
And that's
Scotty
this weekend?
Ray. Yes. But
that used to be a big deal, too.
But I'm not being ugly by any means. It's just we get nothing from them. Mm-hmm. Nada. And so it's kind of hard to promote something. I found it yesterday, and I put up a little thing yesterday. If you don't know, you don't know. And it's kind of like being the spokesperson for the city of Meridian.
Maybe that 200,000 people that listen to your show.
We've struggled
Didn't like to
marketing
know.
too, and that's how I ended up here. I was a sacrificial lamb that had to come and talk to Scotty Ray about Full Moon on 5th.
And now you regret doing that.
And now
it's
look
just-
at me. So I wouldn't recommend it, people. This is what happens to you.
Our magnetism just overwhelmed her. You know what I'm saying?
You were drawn like a moth to a flame.
Something like that.
What's that? Something stuck like glue?
Like a gnat to an
That
old
was
beer.
a song, wasn't it?
I think so.
It was, what's her name? Sugarland had it stuck like glue.
Stuck like glue.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, I remember that one. Hey, we had a pretty bad accident yesterday over near Tuskegee. I got several calls on the outskirts of Tuscaloosa. A fire, 18-wheeler, cars all involved. And I-20 was shut down their westbound lane yesterday. We don't know the ending of how that ended up, but it was a pretty rough wreck there, right outside of Tuscaloosa, around mile marker 70 is where that was. We had
that ain't that far.
No, and this is one of those I couldn't get to the wreck because it was 2-lane road. There was no way to get in there. North Hill Street.
Why are you laughing?
Because he needs him one of those little helicopters that he can carry on top of the Scotty Ray.
If Scotty Ray gets a helicopter, I'm moving.
I'm telling you.
I mean, that's just too much. Can you imagine him like coming in sideways, like
With that
his little
cowboy hat with a propeller on it.
I can do it, y'all. But as we all know, after you pass that fire station, if something happens, it's just clogged. And that's when I have 6th Place North Hill Street between there and Highway 39. Fender bender blocked both lanes, and there was just
You come in on Highway 39 through Colonial Acres.
Colonial Acres.
It's the place
Where's that
to
at?
be. It's that neighborhood. Like if you're going to Highway 39 on North Hill Street, it's that last right
Where does that come out on 39 at?
by the Board of Lauderdale County.
I did not know that road existed.
Last word on the right.
Yeah, right before you get to Jan's house, it's on the right.
Right across from the golf course?
No,
we're
the
on
other
North
way.
Hills.
Yeah,
The other way.
actually, on looking at, you can almost see Hardee's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
It has
you.
Yeah.
the house that looks like it needs a lot more
So
land.
you can go through there
Yeah.
and go on the right side and go back up, and then that's the Lauderdale
not-
County School District.
Did
all
not know
come
that
out
road
over there.
existed. You can go 10th Avenue.
Now
and
you
it was-
know.
I
Look, Scott, I'm
And
sorry.
you are
I'm
in
sorry to the residents of Colonial Acres that Scotty Ray is going to be
Now
using
know.
you as a cut through.
And you are in the woods, too, when you
Yes,
go
sir.
past the Lauderdale County Board of Education.
Yeah, but there's a little road back up there. I think
And
it's-
10th Avenue got all backed up with people trying to cut through there. And so it was, until they got that cleaned up, it was hairy. Now, it wasn't any injuries or anything, but it was just it was clogged.
Well, I forewarn those that travel 10th Avenue, you better be careful and slow down because word on the street is they are writing speeding tickets.
I've heard that.
They have been hanging out on 10th Avenue. I don't know what prompted or why it's become. I mean, I didn't realize
Ticket
that.
Central?
I don't know what the deal is. But they've been very active on 10th Avenue the last couple of weeks.
I've seen a lot. And they've started a new division called the Traffic Division with Meridian Police Department.
Are you making this up right now?
No,
No. Traffic 1, Traffic 2, Traffic 3 are
For 3
patrolling.
years, had nobody done any kind of ink pens, but now they writing tickets left and
Oh
right.
no, they're gonna get me eventually.
And they're expensive. They're not cheap. These are tickets that cost you $200 roughly a piece. So behave. $200 out of your budget is tough. But it's
That's
okay.
a lot of money.
I mean,
He's got a woo woo.
Uh-oh, he's got to go.
Look at him. Let's see how long he can sit here without checking
Watch
it.
his foot. He'll start shaking.
that was the bat signal of something.
The bat
somewhere.
signal went off.
Let's
To the
see.
idiot mobile.
We also had a little fender bender down there around Canes yesterday.
It's
Another
a
one of those-
wonder they ain't a pile up there every day. They're hanging all out in the street.
I know, that they don't serve nothing but chicken tenders and cane sauce and toast.
And I like it. Don't get me wrong. I love them little French fries and that bread.
Oh, they do
But
good
come
French
on,
fries.
people. It's
People are
chicken.
passionate about
It's
it.
freaking chicken.
But they love it.
Yes.
They need an extra lane like Chick-fil-A.
Me and
'em
me
in
and
and
Greg
out.
were out this week. We went by El Norte here. And
Y'all been dating this week.
We actually got to stop and eat that day. We didn't just get to look at the menu.
They had a foldy over thing.
Yeah.
It's good food. We just want to thank.
Well, no, he's going to get a 47 if he goes there.
Yeah, that's the
And
number you
he'll
got to
be
get
fine.
there.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, you brought me to the 47, if I remember right.
Yeah.
You and I were there,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't determine what it was, and she said, "Just say 47."
It's everything that goes on a fajita, but the fajita.
Yeah.
And y'all don't even have to decide where to eat today. Somebody's feeding y'all.
Exactly right.
And I'm not going, so that there'll be plenty for you.
Did we show the crowd earlier in the week for Chris Stapleton's show?
Yeah, I saw it.
I mean, that's a good bit of people. It wasn't Dolly crowd, but it was big. Here they are back here, Ray.
So that,
I was going to say, where's the crowd?
Where's the peeps? That gives you a look at what was going on in Philadelphia.
I like Chris Stapleton.
He's good.
I like him. Him and Jamie Johnson. She keeps grabbing my knee. Oh, I like Chris Stapleton and Jamie Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
That is two that
they're good.
They are really
that big
good.
4-poster bed. I said, just give it away. And a lot of people don't realize he's written all these songs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my first interaction with Jamie Johnson. I have a really, really good friend who is an agent in Nashville. And I call and check on him every 6-7 months, see how he's doing.
Great friend.
Real close.
Real close.
Well, I mean, how time flies. It does.
I know.
But he was Keith Whitley's manager. He handled all of his bookings, and it's just one show after another. And I called him one night, and he goes, well, this was after he had, after Jamie had made it. But he said a guy was passing through my neighborhood, and he said he'd hit a dog. And he said the guy was out trying to give care to the dog, and he was trying to figure out what to do. And it was Jamie Johnson that hit somebody's German Shepherd in his neighborhood.
Gosh.
And he said Jamie had the dog in the truck, was trying to get it to a vet. And he said he ended up giving me one of his cassettes. He goes, he was a nobody then. And then Jamie went from that to where he is now. A good fella. He just don't look like he used to. He's changed a little bit
like
there.
a woolly booger.
He does. He ain't shaved in quite a few years there. Little change there going
But
on.
I like their music.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
That's
this is available on our website if you hadn't had a chance to take care of that. And get one of
Oh
those.
my goodness.
Yep, those are
you using kids?
I am.
Market. That's pretty.
Cute shirts. We got a bunch of those in.
Got hats.
Yes, got hats too.
Shirts.
We got to add some different designs on it. We got more that's on the website, ScottyRayReport.com.
Is that you? Is that a silhouette of you, Scotty Ray?
Yes. I was leaning up against the wall there. You can't see.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to look at it again? Here.
I only want it if it's authentic.
You want to go next to my truck and see if we look alike?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Okay, we'll do that sometime. Let's see what else we got going on this morning that we hadn't mentioned about. That's kind of odd there.
Imagine that.
This is
I
exciting.
wouldn't even go there. Of let it be, let it be. This is one of those, I don't know him, and they're trying to say he's famous. You watched MASH, did you not?
Absolutely.
And I don't know this guy.
Comes on 4 times now in the afternoons.
You ever heard of Patrick Adrit? He had a reoccurring role. I ain't never heard of it. I never saw him on there. But he's
What does he
passed
look
away
like?
at the age of 82. This guy. You ever noticed him before? Me either.
Got no idea what y'all talking about.
Nope.
But they say that he was a reoccurring role there on MASH all the time. I don't remember it.
Disappointed in you.
Yeah, because you don't see him in the main photo there, and
He didn't make the cut.
so. But if you remember that role, he has passed away. Wow.
And a hush fell over the crowd.
Well, I was drawn aback by the next headlines. I mean, it would take somebody's. Do you know Drew Carey? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
You have to ask yourself, who would date Drew Carey?
Mimi Bobek.
Would you not? But he's dating an OnlyFans star. You know, if you can't, you take what you can get. That's all I can say.
Do you have a picture of this?
Well, she's skinny. She's a skinny little girl.
That's not what I asked.
Well, we don't need to show that picture, so we'll show. Let's go up here to her homely picture. We'll go here. This is from Daily Mail. This is what she looks like homely, and you'll have to go look at her other photos, her publicity photos, I guess is what we're trying to say.
They seem like they'd be very compatible.
And nothing like cash to get you that girl that you always
Stop.
wanted.
You don't know that. Maybe there's
She could be true love. Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah, OnlyFans. I wonder if he might have been
Something to do with a W-2. I don't know what happened. But I love you.
Y'all are awful.
Lottery winners have the hottest dates you've ever seen.
Yeah.
They suddenly go from the outhouse to the White House.
They do. I've seen a bunch of country stars. They start out as belt buckle bunnies, and next thing you know, they're all married.
Belt buckle bunny.
You don't remember that line from?
I remember.
Yeah, she's my belt buckle bunny. I'm her little Miss Honky Tonk. Brooks and Dunn. But that does happen. We'll be right back.
Hey, welcome to Kia Meridian.
We're a family-owned business that's been serving the community for 25 years.
If you're looking for a new Kia, we have them. And if we don't, we'll find it.
No stress, no hassle, just the best deals. And right now we can get rates as low as 0%.
Shop local, get the car you want. And be a part of the Kia Meridian family.
Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. The tractors are rolling at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. Drop in and see Keith, Cornbread, or Buttermilk. They've got a tractor that fits the need that you have. Whether it's a 26 horsepower, a 40, or bigger. Plus, they offer 0% financing for up to 96 months. Whether it's a part, a new tractor, 0% financing, or just simply a laugh. 601-626-8759, Highway 494 in Collinsville. That's Freeman Tractor. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. If you have not purchased a home from this young lady, you need to. She's got a lot of folks that work for her. Woo, Amanda, they take care of you. Here's just many of the homes that they offer here in the Meridian area, from Poplar Springs Drive over to Dr. Brock Road. And here's your one right there at Windsor Circle. I know where that house is. You can always go by and check it. And you go here, and it's just pretty easy. You can click on this, and it will show you the inside of the house, everything that you want to know.
She'll take all the stress out of you selling your house. Just let her take care of it, and it'll be stress-free.
Circle driveway. Look at that. That's pretty neat there.
That's fancy.
Azaleas is blooming.
Go by and see it. They'll help you out there. Any home that you're looking for, if you've got a house that's too big now, if you got one too small, depending upon how many kids you have, talk to Amanda. They'll do anything they can to help you out. From land, build it yourself, they'll do that too. 453-3937. Snowden, they'll help you out there. Snowden Real Estate, she'll help you. Snowden and Company. What y'all doing over there?
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
Doing our time.
Doing your time.
Isn't there a song, Still Doing Time?
Still do. Yeah, George Jones.
That's right.
Honky Tonk Prison. Because he was caught twice cheating and he couldn't get out of it. Had he only done once, I think he'd have made it. But a man ain't forgiven when he's caught cheating twice. Whew. Raise a hair on the arm.
Oh, yeah.
You're just really not into this.
Into what? The lyrics game?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not
George,
good at it.
It just make you live the song with him.
Oh,
I
lay my head on the wheel and the horn begins honking.
Yeah, the whole neighborhood knows. I'm home once again.
Yep.
I like it.
All right, what about her name is Dawn to Dawn?
Her eyes
are Dawn to Dawn. He was having an affair with this old girl and he couldn't tell what she looked like, so he had to say her name is Dawn to Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't doing it for her. I can see that from here. It was a love song to a girl that, well, he couldn't say her name.
Tore the head off Elvis, Phil Fred up to his pelvis.
Do you know that one?
Mm-mm.
Last night I ripped the head off
Jim Beam decanter that looked like Elvis.
And he got sued over that. You remember?
Oh, yeah, everybody sued him.
It was just a song. But they took it personal.
I really thought, because the trivia part of the day was over, that we had moved on from the lyrics.
We just got slammed again.
I think so. Coming from somebody that's eating Vicks cough drops, drinking coffee, that is just nasty.
I'm not
That
well.
is
If you want to sneak up
nasty.
on me, today is the day. But I made it.
Cherry cough drops and coffee.
It's not cherry. It's like Vapo Cool.
Ooh, I bet that doesn't taste good. And there's really a problem in America of not having cough medicine that tastes decent. Every one that I've ever took a spoonful of, you can taste it for like 3 hours, and it's horrible.
But the worse it tastes, the better it works.
Maybe so. But even the honey flavor that you think would be, it's just nasty, downright nasty. Ain't none of them as good as Luden's. And I can't say that Luden's actually works, but it sure does taste good.
You would have a favorite cough drop.
Luden's cough drops, best in the world.
You're supposed.
I don't think they work that well. I mean, I'm with you. Like
It may not.
they taste like candy.
You're supposed to boil plum bark.
Plum bark?
Plum
Will you
bark.
go get me some plum bark?
Plum bark, whiskey, and peppermint with a dab of honey.
And that's supposed to any sore throat?
It'll make you forget it.
You remember that conversation?
You'll be yodeling by dinner. But no, it is something to do with dark plum bark. You boil it down or something.
Like from a plum tree?
I'm going to let that go. Where else you going to get plum bark?
I don't know if it's something
tree?
else that I don't know what it is.
Don't forget, 10 o'clock this morning, they're going to have their first Easter egg hunt, Velma Young Park. That begins at 10 o'clock. All the kids are invited to come out for that. And when it comes time to getting yourself a watermelon, did you see that this week?
At Mathis?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, super sweet. Hey, and now they got steaks. That's what I'm going to go get some steaks and potatoes.
Steaks at Mathis?
Yes, ma'am. And that's what I'm going to do for Easter lunch, I think.
I thought it was the ice cream thing that.
Oh, they got that too. They got boudin sausage and all that kind of stuff now. They got a freezer full of stuff. They got the local milk. They got all kind of stuff.
Dang.
Strawberries, and more strawberries.
Well, there's a strawberry there for you. Big there. Of course, that's the one that always gets me. There's just absolutely nothing better than a watermelon. I'm hooked. I love me some cold. It's got to be in the refrigerator now.
You ever do a little salt on it?
No,
I don't do salt.
I don't always like it, but every now and then.
And I am not. I know there's a lot of people like that other color watermelon, but I ain't.
I love yellow. Yellow
Smith
is the
County?
sweetest. Yellow is the sweetest.
But I think you have to get them from Smith County.
They got to come from mine.
Or they don't taste as sweet to me.
And I don't know what it is about Smith County watermelons or what that really means, but they do have a different flavor.
Oh, yeah. They're a lot sweeter.
Without a shadow of a doubt there. Do we have any birthdays that trickled in today?
Yes.
I don't know if I'm...
Sickly over here has been writing them down. I mean, I'm serious.
All right, I'm fine. I'm ready.
Tyson right after the show.
Will you please put me down?
A telemed.
Yeah. Wayne Ainsworth is 85 years old today.
Wayne is?
That's what it says. Jeff Davis. No date on that one.
He's young. That's a good guy. Super good guy.
Virgil Reed is 52. Lainey Hutton is 8. And Becky Tomerlin?
I don't know. You wrote it down.
Is 70th birthday.
Did you put Virgil's on there? Virgil
I said it. Okay, 52nd. Yeah.
I'm making sure it was there.
Happy birthday. And I didn't cough once during that. So
it's tough when you get sick of that cough.
Oh my gosh, it drives me nuts.
I'm sorry, but she's been milking this for about 2 months now.
So you're saying she's going to try to call in sick next week?
I've been trying to get fired.
I see a disability claim coming right around the corner.
I would like to be fired. I don't think I'm going to be here next week. I can't remember.
Imagine that.
So let me ask this: When do you cut off the Easter egg basket? What is the age of the child that they no longer get the Easter egg basket?
No.
60.
Shut up. We just never really were like huge in the. I mean, we had an Easter. I always did it for my girls, but now like they just shop or send me. It's like a little happy.
So you don't do the egg things?
No, but I know a lot of people still do. Like I have a lot of adult friends that get Easter baskets, but from their parents. So I think it's family specific.
It could be that.
Whatever you do in your family is right.
25, and I think we've dyed eggs about every year.
Yeah.
At least ain't like RW dyeing them taters. Save money. And poor little grandkids, he is going to be so disappointed.
I mean, see, does the dye you cut them up or you just do them whole? Or?
As cheap as he is, ain't no telling.
Have we gotten an update on Chuck Roberts lately in this love affair that he's just spiraling love affair?
I'm very interested in this story.
I do not know.
He should be. Will he be there today? for your lunch.
He did last time. She'll let him.
What if he brings her?
Well,
that would be awesome. She is a sweet lady.
She's got a thing. I do know this about her.
Man, it makes me want to stay back.
I ran into them the other night at Cracker Barrel, and Ricky was eating with them, and I think Ricky had to be like the chaperone.
Because they were so lovey-dovey, couldn't keep hands off each other.
Well, let's just say they didn't have to get no sugar put in their tea. It was syrupy.
Oh, ain't that sweet?
I think they had like one glass and 2 straws.
Kind of like that Lady in the Tramp thing.
Yeah.
What's your Cracker Barrel order?
Mine, fried chicken.
Okay.
I hadn't been there in forever.
I love Cracker Barrel.
We'll have to go sometime, Greg.
Oh, yeah. What
hash brown casserole, fried apples,
the sampler that you get the meatloaf,
Uncle Herschel's,
the meatloaf, the dumplings, and the country ham. Oh, and Uncle Herschel's too.
Boy, it has been a while.
And
since
a biscuit with some of that blackberry jelly.
But do you know Cracker Barrel serves alcohol now?
Yeah, that really hurt that image.
and to each their own. I don't care one way or the other. But
it doesn't
when I go to Cracker Barrel, I don't think about bellying up to the bar. But first of all, if you don't like it, don't partake.
Yeah.
But that's just odd.
I've been in there
me.
a couple of times since then. I don't think I saw anybody. So
did Meridian allow that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They have it on the menu. But I think it's not like a full bar. I think it's like beer and
mimosas and stuff like that. To each their own, but it's just odd to walk in a Cracker Barrel and
they've just been known as a family restaurant forever.
But I love me some Cracker Barrel.
So now that you brought that up, how do you really get rid of a mimosa tree? Because they just won't go away.
Where did you get that?
Because you brought up mimosa beer.
You bring a bachelorette party and drop it off, and that mimosa tree will be done. That's what that would be my advice.
But it's the one tree that no matter what you do to it, it just keeps coming back.
I'm gonna tell you, crepe myrtle's hard to get rid of.
After it takes root.
Hard to get rid of. But if you'll take glyphosate,
that's a big old word,
and kind of cut it a little bit with a knife and paint it on there, you can get rid of it.
I don't know what that is, but
glyphosate is the active ingredient in Roundup.
Can you give me a shot? I feel like it'd help.
For many years, Roundup had the patent. You couldn't buy it unless you bought Roundup.
Right.
Well, when it came out under patent, you can get generic Roundup. Whatever you like. But the higher the percentage, the stronger it is.
Well, as we get near the close of the show, we want to remind you.
Oh, is it almost over?
It is. We've our time is done. Are you glad?
I'm so sad.
I want you to look. She's ate like 3 pounds of cough drops during this.
Bless it.
Somebody said I needed a shot. Somebody will give me one. I'll come right there right now. But I ain't got the patience.
But I'm telling you, this has been going on for over a month.
Yeah, you do need a shot.
She's been sickly. I think a full workup would help.
The problem is my back is out right now, so when I cough, it hurts.
Oh, that hurts.
But, you probably need to go in and just have a full workup.
No, I'm just going to suffer a little longer.
Yeah, I'm that way. I suffer a lot there.
Yeah.
As the conclusion of the show, we want to remind you of this. Y'all, this is Good Friday.
It is Good Friday.
And Greg, you back me up on
Sunday's
this. There's a reason for all of this.
I'm telling you, everybody knows I love me some Christmas. I am a Christmas nut. But without Sunday, none of it matter. I'm telling you, people, this is important. I love the candy. I love the eggs. I love all that. But please, sit down with your children, with your grandchildren, with your neighbors' kids, and talk to them about Easter. Talk to them about what really happened.
That third day, it got better, didn't it?
I know. They don't need to hear that. Yeah, they do. Yes, they do. That was bad. Yes, it's bad, but the rock's gone. The tomb's empty. This is the most spiritual holiday there is. I can't help it. I just keep in the back of my head, I think about being a little boy and being at church with my grandma and up from the grave he arose.
Right.
That just rang. Sunrise services. That little church
we used
out
to
in
do
the country.
sunrise service.
And he is risen. Oh, I'm just
go to church on Sunday.
Yes,
it's always. I don't. There's lots to choose from, and they'll welcome you, and just it's.
And if you can't, go sit with somebody that couldn't go to church. You know what I mean? Church is online. There's no excuse not to get you some Jesus. I mean, it ain't like, well, I just can't make car, wouldn't crank.
You can get it there online, like you said.
You can. It's important to go to the house of the Lord, but if you can't, you can watch. If you at work, go to the bathroom and watch it.
Jesus is for everybody.
That's right.
Every one of you.
We want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts, letting us come into your home, your business, wherever you are today watching us. Thank y'all. It has been a fun week. Greg, I can't thank you enough for being here all week with me.
I've had a good week. Hope Odie gets back safely, brings us lots of souvenirs.
Yeah.
And I hope Julia feels better. I mean,
You're so sweet.
I'm concerned. I mean, deeply concerned about her medical.
It's going to take a lot more than this.
Her medical issues,
We'll be back Monday morning, bright and early. Enjoy yourself. Have a great weekend,
Happy
whatever
Easter.
you may do. Happy Easter, everybody.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.